Let's make turmeric ginger bone broth specifically for the sensitive girlies with tummy issues and histamine issues. You might have POTS, histamine issues, MCAS, watery eyes, allergies, migraines, insomnia, anxiety. You may feel worse after drinking bone broth, and it's not all in your head. Bone broth is typically simmered for 20 to 30 hours, which makes it high histamine. We're gonna make a stock today, which you might find you tolerate a lot better. I prefer to use beef bones, just because I feel like beef bones give this the best taste. These are just from my local Harris Teeter in the freezer aisle for $2.99. I wasn't able to get to my farmer's market, but I usually can find beef knuckle bones. I have no idea what that is. We're gonna make a stock out of it. Preheat your oven to 400. I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of Redmond's real salt. Generously sprinkle that on the bones. Okay, crunchy Karens do not come for me for my plastic cutting board. I know it's bad, but I just haven't gotten rid of my plastic cutting boards yet. I'm just gonna chop up an onion, like literally just half it. I actually ended up using 2 onions and then 1 entire thing of garlic, and I just cut the little top off, and I'm gonna roast that with everything. 1 more layer of salt on the onions. I use a lot of salt. I like a salty broth. We're gonna put this in the oven for an hour at 400 degrees. I don't know why I was so intimidated to make bone broth or stock, whatever you want to call it, for so long. It just sounded like such a labor-intensive process, but when I tell you this is the easiest thing ever, and it tastes so much better than anything you're going to get at the grocery store. And I can make this huge vat of beef stock for maybe $6. It's so affordable and so good for your gut. So I just pulled out the bones from a 400-degree oven for an hour. They were in there. I'm adding the bones to a stock pot. I squeezed out the guts of that garlic, and I'm just hitting this with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Then you can add whatever seasonings you want. I like to add bay leaves. I just feel like that gives it a really great flavor. And then I've been making this turmeric ginger version, which if you are someone with a lot of inflammation, gut issues, period cramps, this is gonna be very medicinal for you. So I'm just taking organic turmeric seasoning. I probably used about a teaspoon or 2 here. I don't measure, I very much measure with my intuition, but then I'm hitting it with a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder. I'm gonna add some more Redmond's real salt, and we're gonna add the ginger here in a second. Also black pepper. Anytime you use turmeric, you wanna use black pepper to basically activate the curcumin. So I'm adding a generous amount of cracked black pepper, more salt. You really wanna add more salt than you think you need. So I'm adding more salt, and then the ginger, there's probably a better way of doing this. This is just how I did it. I took a cheese grater. Watch your fingers when you use this. I used a potato peeler to like peel off the skins of the ginger, and then I used this cheese grater and grated the ginger in little bits. Really watch your fingers when you do this. So I add a generous heaping amount of ginger to the stock pot. Again, ginger is really great for period cramps, really great for digestion if you have tummy issues. Okay, so I love making this like right before I expect my period to come. You can drink this any time of the month, but it's like a ritual where I make this before I expect, like the week before my period. So then I add my filtered water. You're gonna bring this to a boil. You're gonna put this on high on your stovetop, bring it to a boil, and then I simmer it for usually 6 to 10 hours. The turmeric just gives it the most beautiful golden color. Making this and adding this to my soups, there's nothing like it. You're not gonna find anything like this at the grocery store. Let me know if you try it.